but I'm with Fangirl, the best of the day, to start the day on Derby Day.
She's home. Fangirl won the first easily from Brigantine Daily Bugle Capital Legend.
But I'm with Profiteer to win race 6.
And Profiteer too fast. Direct second, Ed Barr was third.
Hello everyone and welcome to my preview of the last big race day of the Spring Carnival in Melbourne. It is Stakes Day featuring the Spring Classic down the straight and the McKinnon Stakes, always a cracker. We're going to get straight on with the first race. Race number 1 is a benchmark 90 over the 1600 metres, and HOSIER, unbeaten in Australia, is the $2.70 favourite ahead of Equation at $4.60 for James McDonald. This is a Moonee Valley replay. Silent Sovereign and KEATS feature in this replay. This was a race won by Imperial Lad. It was a benchmark 84 over the 1500 metres, a night at the Valley where you needed to be on speed, and Silent Sovereign made good ground down the outside, which adds further merit to its performance. I'm expecting the track to be a good 4 by the time this race comes around, and most of the key chances in the market are way better on wet tracks. Silent Sovereign's really good on dry tracks, and that's why I've got it on top at $6.50. It loves Flemington. I'm happy to take it at 55 kilos. HOSIER is on a good track. Probably prefers a bit more sting out of the ground, and I think something will take it on up front and won't get an easy lead, but it's the classiest horse and it could easily bolt in. KEATS was in that race with Silent Sovereign, so it's got to be considered, and Mystery Shot loves the dry ground, so it should be running well as well, but I'm with Silent Sovereign in the first. Race 2 is the Group 3 Queen Elizabeth Stakes over the 2600 metres, and Warning is the $2.60 favourite, the last start winner up in Sydney, ahead of Dr. Drill at $4.80 for Brett Preble. This is a recent effort of Wentwood at Bendigo. This was in the Bendigo Cup, just defeating Taraman Sewer and Smoke and Romans. Wentwood did well to win here. Every time they raise the bar with this horse, it just keeps rising to the occasion. This is a horse that 2 runs back beat Floating Artist, and we know what that's gone on to do. Damien Lane jumps back on. Gate 5 should get a run just in behind the speed, and I reckon Wentwood's the way to go here. Dr. Drill ran behind Charlie Rose. It was a very good run. Brett Preble go to the lead. It will run well. Sound, it was a good effort in the Moonee Valley Gold Cup behind Lunar Flare, and a dry ground will suit it, and Lunar Flare's just been racing ultra consistent, and it's got to be in there. Warning, I think, is a bit of a false favourite, but I'm with Wentwood in race 2 of Flemington, the Queen Elizabeth. Race 3 is a benchmark 80 over the 2,000 metres. Alcyone is the $3.10 favourite. Sheebley scratched, so there's deductions there, but Vitruvius is at $4.60. This is a recent effort of TYCHE Goddess in the Pinka Plate at Cranbourne, a race won by Maha Shakti, who's running in the Group 2 Matriarch Stakes race 5 on Saturday at Flemington. I thought TYCHE Goddess did well here, set a genuine speed, and still managed to stick on pretty well. I love Gate 2 on the weekend. It can settle just in behind the speed, and what I really like is Nash Trawilla jumps on. Sydney jockeys are doing very well over the Flemington Carnival so far, so I think that'll suit TYCHE Goddess. I think it's a tad over the odds at $10 as opposed to Alcyone, who is a very good chance. Gate 7 probably should have won last start. Hugh Bowman will go well. Lunatic Fridge probably prefers a little bit of wet ground, but Blake McDougall goes on. Gate 4 will get a good run, and Vitruvius just lost to Flying Mascot 2 runs ago, but is racing well. Brett Preble, Gate 15, can do well. I think TYCHE Goddess is the way to go in race 3 at $10. Race 4 is the listed Amanda Elliott Stakes over the 1400 metres for the 3-year-olds. Our Heidi is the $4.60 favourite ahead of Scissor Step at $5.50. This is a recent effort of Our Heidi at the Valley. This race might not have rated well, but I think Our Heidi should have won the race quite comfortably and raced away and put a bit more genuine rating to the race. Dream Queen won this race, came out and didn't fire a shot today on Oaks Day, but I think Our Heidi has a touch of quality about it. Brett Preble, gate 14. Hopefully he can get into the 3 wide line, and I think this is its chance to win its first race. $4.60, 22 the win on our Heidi. Oriental Legend draws wide on the track, but gets Karen McAvoy, and if it gets a run, I reckon it's right in the game. Bend the knee, gate 1, might need some luck, but Karen McAvoy goes on from Sydney. It's a good chance, and Jimmy the Bear has won its first 2 starts and can win for Dean Yendall. 22 the win on our Heidi. I'm pretty confident that it can win its first race. Race 5 is the Group 2 Matriarch Stakes over the 2,000 metres for the mares. NIMALEE is the favourite at $5.50, just ahead of Only Words at $8, and $9.50 is about for Godaline. This is a recent effort of Mimi's Award at Caulfield, a benchmark 80 over the 1,700 metres on a heavy 8. I don't think getting onto the good track will bother it, and I thought it ran well here. The further up in distance, the better this horse gets. It won and a race in Adelaide in the autumn over the 2,500 metres, so it's proven at the distance. Gate 12 would have to get right back to near last, but it has the ability to run over the top of them, and I'm kind of hoping it's a bit of a sin sprint because it doesn't like the sprint being taken out of it. It just likes the time to wind up and use its best foot late. So I think Mimi's Award will come right into play if it's a bit of a sin sprint. STARELLE ran into the best mare in the country, Flying Mascot, last start, and is a classy animal. It's definitely the danger. Charm Star ran in Caulfield Cup last start and a Metropolitan 2 back. It's also pretty classy for Karen McAvoy. NIMALEE ran in the Empire Rose last start and ran well, so it can do well. But I'm with Mimi's Award in race 5. Race 6 is the first of the Group 1s, the Darley Sprint Classic over the 1,200 metres at Weight for Age. Nature Strip is the $1.33 favourite ahead of Bellin and Patina at $9.50, the only horses in single figures. Nature Strip, this was its Everest win. This was a very good win, defeating horses like Masked Crusader and Eduardo. Home Affairs has come out of this race and done well. It won the Coolmore Stud impressively last week. Ever since the Everest was a race, the winners of the Spring Classic have come through the Everest, and Nature Strip's the only one in this race to come through the Everest. So J-Mac going on is also a big plus, and I think Nature Strip is pretty much unbeatable here. Strikes a weak field, 50 the win on Nature Strip. September Run is the big danger. It nearly beat Nature Strip in the Black Caviar Lightning earlier this year, I think. So Craig Williams, blinkers on, can really improve. Splintex has been racing a class below, but can definitely take the step up for Karen McAvoy. And Ranchan, the 3-year-old with Brett Preble, can do well. But I'm with Nature Strip in the Darley Sprint Classic. Race 7 is the Group 3 Chatham Stakes over the 1,400 metres. Shiloh is the $4.20 favourite ahead of Cinnawon at $7 for J-Mac. And Riddle Me That is there at $9.50. Shiloh, this was its last start effort last week in the Cantala with the 52 kilos. It ran on pretty well considering it was last and followed Ice Bath. I'm pretty confident in Shiloh's chances on the weekend. I know it likes space between runs, but it was on the back up this time last year and ran pretty well in a Matriarch. This time it's over the 1,400 metres where it can use its short, sharp sprint. It'll need some luck from gate 4, but I think it's got the class to win. Archidemus in for second will get a great run from gate 5. John McNeil will give it every chance. Just a Canner won last week in the Lynn Lithgow, and 1,400 metres will only suit it more. Dice Rolls the class runner, and back onto a wetter track should suit it. But I'm with Shiloh in race 7. Race 8 is the last Group 1 in Victoria for a while. It's the McKinnon Stakes Group 1 over the 2,000 metres. Zaki is the $2.40 favourite ahead of Colette at $5.50. This is Mo'unga's Cox Plate effort. I thought it did pretty well here. Was definitely the best of the on-paces, albeit it was in the best part of the track. Very Elegant's come out of this race and bolted in the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday. Mo'unga from gate 5 on the weekend should get a pretty good position. Hugh Bowman sticks with it. I reckon it's a tad over the odds at $8.50. I think it's better suited to this race than some of the key chances in the market. An example is Zaki, coming off a little bit of crookedness on Cox Plate morning. That's put a dent in its preparation a bit, but it can definitely still win. Colette was an Empire Rose winner. Whether that's the right form to be winning this race, I'm not sure. And Superstorm's obviously a query up to the 2,000 metres as well. But I'm with Mo'unga, 15 the win on it. I reckon it can win the McKinnon Stakes and make me happy. Race 9 is a benchmark 80 over the 1100 metres down the straight, the last race. It's Our Time on this page is at $6.50 ahead of Destination at $7 and Duchess of Dorset is at $3.30. A recent trial effort of Destination up at Hawkesbury. This is a jump out in between runs. So last start it pulled up lame at the Valley, has gone back to Sydney and won this trial since. J-Mac goes on this horse from gate 12 on the weekend, can just settle off them and peel out, and hopefully it can give them all wind burn in the straight, or not in the straight, when it gets to the 400 metres on the course proper, and can do well. The overs in the race, I think, is Legionnaire first up. 1100 metres might be a touch short, but it'll be doing its best work late. John Maloney trains, but Karen McAvoy rides. It's a good push. I've got it 3 each way at $41. Sam's Image, pretty good first up. Will put itself on speed from gate 15 and give itself every chance, as will MAGNAJET at $21 for Nashville Willa. Can run very, very well. But I'm with Destination in the last race on Stakes Day. See you later.